Hey guys, it's Lee and welcome to Journey to Diagnosis episode 10. Now I will just warn you that I look and sound gross because I am incredibly ill right now and I apologise. But I wanted to film this so I could get some JTDs up this week. Today's video is slightly different and definitely an emotional one. Even looking through the footage to edit it made me quite upset. Towards the end of episode 8 I mentioned there was a video where I was emotional because of things my consultant said during and after my diagnosis appointment. I've actually spent the best part of a year looking for this footage because I lost it and I found it on an old memory card. So for today's video you're going to see a slight rant-ish type thing that I filmed just after I received my official diagnosis letter, which contradicted what she had previously told me during my appointment when I was actually diagnosed. If you aren't caught up yet, the playlist for Journey to Diagnosis will be linked down in the description for this video so you can go watch any episodes you may have missed. Anywho, I know it's been a while since I uploaded one of these and I really do apologise for the delay, but I wanted to upload this particular video before I continued with the series because it's really important. As I said in episode 8, I was just going to skip this video and come back to it when I eventually found the footage, but upon further inspection, my videos about cardiology and physio and everything else don't make sense unless you watch this footage. My feelings about not taking my symptoms seriously and not feeling like doctors are taking me seriously either all stem from this one video, and it's really important that you guys watch this before you watch anything else that is to come in the series. So it was really important to me to find this footage for you guys so that you understand everything as best as I can put it for you. Sorry, my brain is everywhere and I'm actually reading a script right now because I'm just brain fog and medication and I'm all gross and ill and stuff. Anywho, I hope you enjoy episode 10. Hey! Does it feel weird to anyone else that I'm doing an EDS update from my actual filming space for once instead of just finding a place to stick my camera and sitting on the floor? Okay, so yesterday? Day before. Same day as I booked my physio. I got a letter from the hospital and it was like my official like, here's your diagnosis letter. And I'm really annoyed with what it said and I gave it to my mum because I don't want to read it, I don't want to look at it, I'm beyond furious with the hospital right now. Basically, the whole time I was there she was like, you're borderline, and I was like, okay, that's great. Like, I don't mind being borderline, okay? But what really annoys me is I can't complain and I can't get like a second opinion because like in the UK you're limited on the consultants. I think it's literally just like her and like one other person because somebody retired or something. I don't really know. That's why it took me so long to get a follow-up appointment. The way she examined me wasn't even like properly done. Like, she said to me when we were there, she was like, I don't know what I'm looking for because there is such a fine line between hypermobility and EDS-HT that you don't know like what is what. Like, if you're borderline EDS-HT, you could just be hypermobile with some EDS symptoms. It's all a bit messy. And I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. Like, I don't mind that there's like a bit of an overlap. Like, that's okay. I can get over that. But when she was doing the whole like examination thing, she wasn't like actually looking at the things that were wrong with me. And it's really evident when you read the letter that she sent. She was like, okay, so your finger joints are quite bendy. Yeah, but when you pushed my finger, you got it to like here and it goes further, but sure. Thanks for doing your job properly. She also said that my fingers are long, but they could just be long fingers. And I was like, okay, but the piano fingers, according to my mum. She's always said that. There was another thing, like she said like I have a few tiny scars. Okay, yeah, I do have a few tiny scars, but that was all you looked at. Like when she was examining me, she was like, okay, I'm gonna look at the scars on your hands because they're easier to look at. And I have 9 on this hand. 3 are from a tape dispenser because I forgot my charger, I think, on the way to Bulgaria like 4 years ago, and when I went to pick it up I scraped my hand across a tape dispenser that was on my bedroom floor and didn't notice until I got to the airport that my hand was bleeding. I just thought I'd like scratched it. I didn't realise I was bleeding. And then I've got a bunch from paper cuts and like random things. 3 little ones from where my nan jabbed keys into my hand. Traumatic childhood experience. Yeah, and then I've got like 1 like here, and she, like, it really annoyed me because she's saying that like basically
my skin isn't stretchy enough, but like my dad's skin is like super stretchy, and when she went to measure, because she pulled like here, she pulled the skin here, I'm not going to do it because it freaks me out, because it does go quite far, and when she was pulling on my dad's skin, she only pulled as far as she pulled on mine, and my dad's skin is like a lot stretchier than mine, and she wasn't even like pulling as far as my skin can go on me. So when she was measuring it, she was like, oh, it's not actually that stretchy, and I was like, mate, pull more, like pull harder, actually like pull at my skin. I don't mind. You're gonna bruise me anyway from just like pulling it gently. You might as well actually get the job done. And the whole scar thing, she was only looking at the scars on my hands, which, yes, okay, there's more of them on my hands because I do more with my hands, but I have a scar from an Allen key going into my leg. An Allen key. This is how like bad my skin is. It didn't even like pierce my skin enough to bleed. It just pierced it enough for like, have you ever fallen over and like scratched your hands but there's no blood, it's just like a little bit of like loose skin? That's all the Allen key did. The 3 screws that went into my leg actually pierced my leg. The Allen key didn't, right? And yet I have 4 circular holes, scar-shaped holes, on my thigh, which are really bright white and have been around, how long have I been in this house? Almost 6 years. And haven't faded in the slightest. I also have one on my knee, which really shouldn't have scarred, which is quite huge from when I fell over in year 2. I've got a bunch on my feet. I've got like shaving scars. I've got like one that goes like diagonally, like straight across my thigh, and it's like yellow. But she wasn't interested in those. When she was looking at my stretch marks, she wasn't interested in like all the ones at the top of my thigh. No. She was interested in the one on the back of my knee, which actually isn't that bad. It's just like slightly purple. The ones on my thighs are terrible, and I don't even have like big thighs. I haven't like put on loads of weight and then lost a bunch of weight. Like, I don't know why I have stretch marks there, but she wasn't looking for those things. But she was like, oh, if you have stretch marks or if you have a lot of scars, then you have EDS because your skin's terrible. But she didn't look at them, and it's really, really frustrating me. And also, she said that my dad is worse than I am. Like, okay, yeah, I understand that, because he has stretchier skin, he hasn't, like, wrinkled a lot on his face, or his hands. He's got really smooth skin, so yeah, okay, his skin is definitely, like, more EDS type skin than mine is, so okay, it's likely that he probably has it worse. But if you look at our, is it Baton scores? Is that how you pronounce it? Mine's higher. Now, my dad's not actually been for an official examination. He just like tagged along to mine and got like a rough looking at. And he's a 6. I'm an 8. Now, considering it's out of 9 and 8 is higher than 6, but I'm no expert. Oh, the other thing. So she told me not to do this, but I'm going to do it to prove a point, right? My thumbs are super stretchy. However, the stretch from my wrist is not great, but my dad's is. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Because when you break your wrist, you are no longer able to do this. Especially me, because my break is here. I can't do this anymore on this hand. My dad has broke both his wrists more than once, and he can't do it. So how is his wrist more stretchy than mine when I can still do it on this one? That makes no sense. But okay, I'm no expert. Apparently she is. It's really frustrating for me, because she's saying, like, the whole time through, she was like, okay, you're borderline, and I, like, accepted the fact that it wasn't that bad. But now that I've read what she said, I call bullshit. She's not doing her job properly, and it's affecting my life, okay? It's really annoying. It is really, really annoying. I don't know how to feel about it, because I'm just like, am I ill? Am I not? Is this whole thing just like a big joke to you? Are you gonna take it seriously? Like, this is my health, this is my life? Are you okay? I think you need to see a doctor, because there's something wrong up here if you think you can do your job properly when you can't. It's really frustrating me, and like, can you not? Like, I genuinely feel like crying about it, because if I'm so borderline and there's nothing wrong with me, why am I 8 out of 9? And why am I on, like, 5 different types of medication every day? Because if I'm really that healthy, I shouldn't need it. Why do I need a heated cream? Why do I need to be on the pill? I don't have a sex life. What makes you think I need to be on the pill? Oh, because I need to regulate my frickin' hormones because they suck ass. I've watched other EDS videos in the past where people have been like, I hate it when my doctor doesn't listen to me. Like, why? And I'm like, I'm so lucky that I have a doctor that actually like listens to my problems and understands. But no, I don't. Because when I went into A&E in January, the doctor didn't know what EDS was. My GP didn't know what EDS was. My other GP didn't know what EDS was. I've now got a different GP who I'm hoping reads up on it, although did give me tablets when he knew I was lactose intolerant and they contain lactose. But sure, he just like ignored the big flashing warning that came up on the screen and printed out the prescription anyway. And now my EDS consultant doesn't really know what EDS is. How am I supposed to cope with the information when the information I have is bullshit? I don't know. If I keep talking about it, I'm just gonna wind myself up even more and I'm gonna end up crying. And I'm done crying over this. I'm done crying over EDS in general. Alright, I'm done. Goodbye.
But yes, that is it for this week's video, guys. If you liked it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. As always, links down in the description, so make sure you go follow me. Subscribe and all that jazz, and see you next time for a brand new video, which will be a JTD, because I am on a JTD editing spree. Bye!